There's this app currently making its rounds, Wrapped for Instagram. People are going crazy about it because supposedly you can view your biggest stalkers and the people who viewed your profile the most and the people who screenshotted your stories, for example, the most. Basically, your 2023 recap on Instagram, basically the Spotify Wrapped just for Instagram. Sounds cool, especially as a creator, right? Getting all these insights about your audience. So the hype is definitely there, but so are the reports of people saying once they logged in, they got their account hacked, right? The whole account vanished, gone, all the work for nothing. Now, the Wrapped team actually just released a video saying that all these reports are just misinformation and lies, saying it's a super safe, super fun app, and they don't even collect any data at all. So what is it really? Is it really just a cleverly made phishing app that bypassed Apple's rules and that will get your accounts hacked? Or is it actually something funny, and can it actually figure out who your biggest stalkers are? Well, to find that out, I decided to sacrifice one of my dearly loved Instagram accounts, I Love My Hamster 23, and I dared to put in my login information to see what actually happens for science.
Right, so if we take a look at the app itself, first of all, it looks actually pretty sophisticated, and some people say, or some people believe that this app is actually an official Instagram app, which it's not. If we take a look at the App Store, clearly it's not an app by Instagram. Now, still, it does look pretty well made, design-wise, actually like an app, like a real app, but there's immediately a few things that come to my mind. First of all, apparently, if we click there on the diamond, because that's what people click on if they see it. If I see a diamond, I just click on it. Remember the diamond app back in the days for $1,000 or something like this? But yeah, you can apparently unlock secret data, which we don't know what that is, for $9.99 a week, meaning 40 euros a month, for something that we're not even aware of what it really is. I suppose it's going to be all the nitty-gritty secret stuff like your stalkers or the amount of screenshots people made on your stories. We'll get into this whole stalker screenshot thing in a second, by the way. Now, the other thing that I immediately notice is you agree to a privacy policy in terms of service, but it actually is not a link. So this is the first real shady thing that comes to my mind. So let's actually click connect, and let's connect my beloved I Love My Hamster account. So we click connect, and immediately, right, this is kind of scam psychology 101 here. Before you connect your valued Instagram account, they first of all say, oh yeah, we're just a small team kind of lowering your guard from Venice Beach, California. I wouldn't even be surprised if they were not at all from California, but we're not gonna. We wanted to have a fun way, blah, blah, blah. So really, if they're really scammers, they do actually a pretty good job. I'm not saying they're scammers. Wrapped uses complex math and some clever assumptions to give you the best estimates on your 23 Instagram activity. This is supposed to be fun. Don't take results too seriously. We're also going to get into that in a second. Now, the other thing, is it safe? Red flag. We don't have access to any of your login information. Your data is safe on Wrapped. Awesome. At least that. Now, let's click continue. And this is actually the first major issue and problem that I have with this, because it looks like it's a normal, not the thing that takes the API, but things that usually bots use, right? You log in, it usually opens a web view, a web browser. So basically the way all the bots have been doing it and are still doing it nowadays. So immediately I would just stay clear from this just because of this. It doesn't matter if they're gonna hack you or not. Even if it were just a regular analytics app, I would still steer away from it just because of this login thing. Because the way this works, they have to do some data scraping with your account, sort of pretending to be you, and that gets all the red flags up within the Instagram algorithm. Anyway, with that being said, let's put in our login information. And it looks like it works because I also got an email from Instagram saying, well, we've just noticed a login attempt. So my first fears have actually not come true, thankfully so. And I thought it was maybe just a front, a phishing website, basically pretending to be Instagram, and all they do is just snatch your passwords. Seems to not be the case. Well, now I'm not saying it's not the case at all, because my by now best friend ChatGPT told me that there still could be some backdoors with this method for them to still snatch your passwords. But we are gonna see, because even though I got an email from Instagram saying, well, you just logged in, on the Wrapped app, I always get an error message saying there's something wrong with the account or something, which again got my radars up, because back in the golden days of the internet, and now let me come a little closer because I'm gonna share a secret with you. I used to hack people as well in 2009. And back then, I deliberately created these error messages people would get so they wouldn't even think about it. They just thought something's wrong. And in the meantime, on my software, on my computer, I got the notification, victim is online, right? So that just seeing this right now immediately gets my raters up. But I would say, let's wait for 24 hours. Now I have 2 accounts there. And let's see what happens within 24 hours. Okay, welcome back. 24 hours have passed. Guess what happened? Nothing. My 2 accounts are still there. I just can't log in. With the 1 account, I always get an error message. With the other account, it's just spinning the wheel and just nothing happens. So the first sort of good news I can tell you is, it seems like they don't steal your account data, at least not in the first 24 hours. Now, granted, to be honest, could be that they just stopped doing this just because it sort of blew up and people talk about it and they're just gonna wait for 3 months or something and then they'll take it away. You'll never know. I would be somebody to do it exactly like that. Would have been, not doing it anymore. But here's what I can tell you about this whole thing, doing some research within the past 24 hours. First of all, even if you're able to log in, and a few people are able to log in, if they tell you, well, here's your stalkers, here's the amount of people who screenshotted your profile or whatever, this is not true. It's just some made up thing, just some random, they probably just take random followers and they show them to you. And there's just no way for them to actually figure that out, whether legally through the API and it's not a thing, or even illegally. You know, basically, it's just not possible. Some people actually told me whenever they reconnect their account, they get totally different results. Again, hinting towards that just being a random thing. I saw a comment from TikTok, somebody saying, it said my mom viewed my account the most this year. She's been dead since last December. Right, it escalated quickly. But with that being said, if you consider that most of these things are just random things popping up, random profile names popping up, and you having to pay up to $40 or euros per month just to see these random generated things, yes, it probably is a scam from that angle. From the hacking angle, even if you were safe from being hacked, which we still don't know 100%, but let's say you are safe from being hacked, it is still not safe to use. And please hear me out for that, because Instagram recognizes that you log in with a web browser from somewhere else. They probably do something in the background, even though it's with your phone, so it's a little bit safer. We're not going to get into that right now. But truth is, they could think you're using a bot or doing some strange things, some scraping, which is something they hate. And suddenly, 2 to 3 weeks later, suddenly you'll get hit with a whole big reach drop, and you have no idea why. Guess what? What I would recommend you to do is, though, to go ahead and change your password. That's the least that you can do. Some people on TikTok, they're like, change your account name as well. You don't have to do it, right? But I don't have to say it, hopefully. Also, go ahead and enable 2-factor authentication, which you should do anyway, because if you're a series creator, it's basically your livelihood. But also, while you're at it, go to your settings and look if there's any authorized apps in there that you don't want to authorize anymore, and delete them and remove their access. Here's another quick insight. This Wrapped app is not going to be in there anyway because it's not authorized by Instagram, because they're shady. It's just sad that there's so many shady things revolving around Instagram. But here's what's actually not shady. Did you know you can actually 2 to 3x your growth of your account without posting any content? And you're probably missing out on using this feature and this strategy. I have a video actually somewhere here. Here. Oh no, it's tracking me. Here.